Okay, so I'm running out of space on my phone, so this will just be 2 short parts. I'm just going to try to cover everything really quickly. So we were left off on what we're talking about basically what is this chapter talking about, because it was talking about, but these, as natural brute beasts made to be taken and destroyed, all that. And it talks about how they feast with you, it says. So, well, that's in the context right at the beginning. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, bring upon themselves swift destruction. Many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. Well, isn't that perfect? This is exactly the subject that we're talking about, and that's the perfect verse for what we're talking about. False prophets bringing in damnable heresies, and the way of the truth shall be evil spoken of. They're saying, oh, it's such a horrible thing to believe that hell actually is real and to actually fear God. If hell, he was saying how hell isn't eternal or something. I heard him say that too. If hell's not eternal, then it's going to be okay basically for the wicked. There's no reason to fear God ultimately, and there's no reason to get saved ultimately, because eventually you'll be let off the hook, and then for the rest of eternity somehow you'll be let off the hook. That doesn't make sense. That's a wicked, evil idea. So, it talks about here, right here. This is to confirm this is talking about false prophets. For it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than, after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them. But it has happened unto them according to the true proverb, the dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the sow that was washed to her wallowing in the mire. So, people are really trying to deceive people about this. Also, the book of 2 Peter it says right at the beginning, of 1 Peter, who Peter is talking about. Although we already understand that a new dispensation is going on because of the book of Hebrews. It says to the Hebrews, it says, elect according to the foreknowledge of God the Father, through sanctification of the Spirit, unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Jesus Christ, grace unto you and peace be multiplied. Unto obedience and sprinkling of the blood of Jesus Christ. So it sounds like faith and works. Well, that's exactly what Revelations says. It says, here are they that... Here it is. Here's the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. And it says right here in the same chapter, and I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. So it's basically the gospel it already is, but it actually is a works-based gospel. You can't not fear God and still go to heaven. That might be the case now with the some of these false prophets. We'll have to see exactly how it says, but I did speculate too that there could be a mist of darkness for false prophets. That mist doesn't sound like fire. Man, that's in 2 Peter. That's what it talks about. Whom are reserved the mist of darkness, to whom the mist of darkness is reserved forever. So I'm going over a lot of stuff pretty quickly, but I hope I'm being clear. There's some other verses that tell us that you have to be careful with the way people preach. But it does say right here, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away. So, with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So, he's talking about the day of the Lord to them. it says,